Good evening, everybody. It is 9:07 p.m. and it's time to continue Danganronpa. So last night we got to the trial for what I assume is for Celeste's murder. Like, well, she's the perpetrator, not the victim. The victims are Taka and Hifumi, and I am 99% sure that Celeste did it at this point. But we're gonna find out. So, with that in mind, let's get going.
Yes.
Hey, Brid. How's your night going? Alright, we're gonna set skills, because I have some skill points now. Focus gauge recovers more quickly, effective during the non-stop debate, the hangman's gambit, and the bullet. Okay. Can only afford one of them. Increases bullet capacity. Effective during the bullet. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go with that one. Alright, let's review the evidence just to make sure we've got everything we need here. We've got the Monokuma file. Victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Ishimaru. I could have been pain all day. Oh. I'm so sorry. I hope that Aki is okay. Cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. The tarp was found in the repository under Kiyotaka's lifeless body. It was apparently used to move Kiyotaka in order to avoid leaving any bloodstains. The dolly was found when the body was rediscovered in the repository. This specific dolly has no handles, and blood was found on one of its wheels. It is assumed that this is the same dolly that was in the equipment room where Kiyotaka's body was originally discovered. When they were first found in the nurse's office, Hifumi's glasses were covered in blood. However, when they were next seen in the repository, they were completely clean. Hammers of all shapes and sizes were found in the repository. One of them was found wet and had apparently been recently washed. That's pretty impressive, because getting, like, blood out of wood grain would be next to impossible. Let's see. The door connecting the art room to the repository was designed to open only from the repository side. According to Oi, it was locked during the search for the missing body. However, when the body was rediscovered, it had somehow been unlocked, meaning somebody had to be in there. A puddle of blood was found in the equipment room where Kiyotaka's body was initially found. A tire track had been left behind in the blood. Cloth was found in the trash can in the nurse's office. It is branded with a popular cartoon character and was found with blood on it. One has to wonder if someone used it to wipe some blood away. Hifumi's body disappeared when Celeste and Oi left the nurse's office to use the bathroom. Apparently they weren't gone for more than a minute or two. This is the note that Yasuhiro wrote to get everyone to meet in the dining hall. Meet in the dining hall is all it says. The handwriting is remarkably neat and clear. These are the blueprints for Robo Justice, which were found in Yasuhiro's room. No one but Yasuhiro could have possibly fit into the costume. In addition, anyone wearing it would not be able to see their feet, or bend at the waist more than 90 degrees. Apparently, Yasuhiro received a mysterious note last night that reads, "I found a hole, maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet at the rec room at 1 a.m. Kiyotaka's wristwatch broke with the hands pointing at just past 6 o'clock. It was confirmed that as of late last night, the watch still worked, which means it must have broken the following morning when he was attacked. Kiyotaka's lifeless hand was found clutching a small scrap of paper. Hifumi had this note hidden on him. One edge of it appears to be torn. The note reads, "I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m. Each student has their own e-handbook, which also acts as a card key. The owner's name is displayed each time the handbook is booted up. It is believed that no handbooks were involved in carrying out the murders this time."
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it!
Was that?
It's Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place.
She did stitch him up pretty well, I have to admit.
Don't try and deny it! You killed them!
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have witnessed. The evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know, I don't know, I don't know!
Is Hiro really the killer, or... Before anything else, we have to make that clear. Yasuhiro's message. Okay.
Everything we found in your room.
Nope,
The
that was wrong.
blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true, it's a conspiracy!
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
I mean, looking at the blueprints, that handwriting is awfully messy. If I remember right, Hiro's handwriting is...
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof in...
No, it's wrong.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this.
Celeste is definitely overplaying her hand here. She's pushing so hard.
Asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway!
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he is not the only one. I think Hiro is innocent as well.
Well,
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit?
Hiro
Is
was
it
definitely
like
in
Hiro
the suit.
said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
It was definitely Hiro.
Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
Suspicious individual in question, the one that must have been in the suit.
I got it!
Definitely Hiro.
Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense! You just said Hiro didn't do it!
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What?
Now that's a bold assumption!
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify
peppermint coffee
method
is
of
much better tonight.
transportation for
I don't know
Taka's
why.
lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Well, we know that the blue tarp was used.
I got it!
And the dolly.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the
Yeah.
dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right?
Yes.
But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Yes.
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize
No,
it?
because we have the tire tracks.
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong, and nobody expects much from you anyway.
Wow.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Wow. What the fuck? Wow, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. But maybe I can change your mind. I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. A new element has been added to the bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Not at all.
You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot
What the fuck is... Oh, reload.
agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. You had it wrong.
Fuck,
I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
Jesus, that almost fucked me completely over.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it.
Those rhythm
It
battles
was
just
a pool
screw
of
me
blood in
hard.
the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's trail. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Yep. Jeez, does Celeste hate me that much? No, she's guilty.
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
What does he mean by that? It means he couldn't bend over. Because there's no handle. You made the note that they had to bend over to use it.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
No, that's wrong. You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like
Nope.
that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
Hey, Miyachi, welcome. How's your night going? I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious over. Oh, I'm using the wrong voice. Oh my god. Imagine that was Ai's voice.
When you're in that suit, not only can you
You're
nod your
alright.
feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
Ah, yes, the magic, delicious heart cookie. Eat up. You deserve it after committing murder.
Marchit, it's Chiridex 100. I listened to last night's vibe while grocery shopping. 100 bits to say thanks for narrating everything.
Well, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Yeah, I'm trying to. It's, honestly, I'll tell you, my throat was really tired last night by the time it was all said and done. But yeah, my voices suck. I apologize, but yeah. If you ever get a chance, I highly recommend going back and watching Elegy's playthrough of this game, because Elegy does amazing voice work throughout this whole playthrough. If I remember correctly, I think she even turned off the in-game voices so that she could just voice them all the way through.
It's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
I mean, you could, but... Oh, that's right, you can't take it off by yourself because of the latch on the back.
I don't think taking off the suit is an option. If you remember...
Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make the stupid friggin' thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. Looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it by himself, I think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
This is my favorite song in the whole game.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
No, I haven't.
You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of me being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that?
That's a good question.
Besides, do you remember what the now?
I mean, he must have been dragged. He must have been moving it or just posing. How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo Justice, that's why I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individuals inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
I'm just not quite sure how to articulate that with the evidence.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Okay.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
It is, but
I don't disagree, but
it's
our
necessary.
line, if this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All
Hey,
right,
Tetra.
then, let's take another look back at what happened.
Welcome.
I suppose we could start this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone.
Not yet, no. Celeste is pushing real hard, though. Like, it's, you know, she's the gambler, so forgive the gambling pun here, but she's definitely overplaying her hand.
That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seemed I was unconscious for about an hour after my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
But that's bullshit.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice.
They had to have taken that picture way early because Hero was already stuffed in the locker at that point.
It also soon became clear that
They
this
plotted
same
this
Robo
like
Justice
from
had
midnight on
abducted
already.
Ifumi. We were soon joined in the
It really
find
cheered X
Ifumi
too.
in the
Objection.
library.
Objection! Yeah. And somebody must have... Oy vey. It's funny because Chatterino is the chat app that I use, and it crashes when I receive a whisper. And I just got a spam account going, you want to chat one-on-one? No. I don't. Thank you so much for the bits, Tetra.
He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office,
What's wrong? I saw a shadow. Something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
Moving around on the first floor. And I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him. It's the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down the hallway, into the hallway, and disappeared.
and then,
No. No, no. No, no, no. That came from downstairs. It must have been... Fumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back. Right, but
at
that
that
was
point,
faking.
we
He was
decided to
faking.
divide up into two groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement.
Right, because the other three arrived at Taka.
I left Celeste
At the
and
same
Hina there
time.
and headed back to the third floor.
So it was like a
to
false
let the others
positive.
know what had happened.
meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi.
Super sketchy site. Yeah.
Then the three of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Does it frustrate you at all that the outcome is obvious, but there's no effective way to sort of speed up the story telling it all, or like jump to the mechanic sections where you can dissect the arguments? I feel like... Okay, so I feel like if... You know, the funny thing is, I feel like for an average player, right, this would be a fairly complex thing. The only problem that I have with it is that they have, aside from the issues mentioned yesterday, the only problem that I have with the game is that in this particular case, with the problems pertaining to this particular case, they have now done this recap twice. They did it once during the investigation, and they're doing it once again during the trial, which I suppose makes sense if you have put the game down. Like, it serves as kind of a reminder, because keep in mind, I played for 4 or 5 hours yesterday and only got through the investigation. So the trial is going to be like 90 minutes to 2 hours long on its own, if not longer. Ifuma's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
That's true. I had not thought about the timeline. Yeah.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository.
See, the thing that gets me is Celeste is all like, oh yeah, I saw the killer. Oh yeah, I saw the killer. Oh, I found the bodies. Come on, like, she's basically leading everybody by the nose.
Which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
Thank you.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated.
I do wish that the entire game was voiced, right? Instead of, it seems like only the trial section is the parts that are completely voiced, and the cutscenes. But like the investigation and everything, I wish that they had just voiced the whole game.
It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder as a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them.
I mean, okay, but...
Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them, no matter what. I really need some, like, neon lights that I can trigger.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
I need to...
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See?
But his death didn't come from that hammer. Yep, good number, but they were... No, they weren't.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they killed him. I cheated to cheer Dex 50. DJ Sin dropped the bass since.
Thank you so much for the bits.
Because of the number of Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Okay, so I've got that bullet now.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi,
He
or
did.
perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
No! God damn it!
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
No.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came because of the numbering of the justice.
No, that's wrong. Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers.
Right.
If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order.
That would be an excellent, yeah, that numbering them would do that, especially since we saw the first two go 1, 2.
But in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Oh, the wristwatch, the wristwatch. That's right, because the wristwatch is at 6 a.m. Oh, fuck, it's one of these. Okay. Shit, fuck me, okay. Give me an A! A! Give me a fucking A, people. Game. Give me an H.
Now I understand. I got it. Papa's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked.
I thought it might have been the note. Hey you! How long are you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last
I'm
night,
gonna stick a banana up your
then he must have
tailpipe.
attacked her
Sorry.
at 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
Yes.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except... Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body. That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on.
If that's true, where's the tape?
Yeah.
No?
Not a bad idea,
Don't
but there's
start
no
making
evidence.
stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then.
She's not really strong enough, I
Even
don't
if she
think.
could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
Yeah, it definitely didn't match your MO.
It is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
Except, yeah, so
So
what now?
Kyoko?
Yeah.
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles.
She's really trying to hide her missing
So
time.
instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time? It would seem so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina
Right,
took their
yeah.
eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
On a tarp, no less, or on a dolly up the stairs?
There's no way.
Yeah, no.
It'd be impossible.
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Yeah, she's figured it out.
The dead body moved on its own?
No, not another ghost.
I
Zoink,
don't think it has
Scoob!
anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi was still alive. Is it really possible? Yeah, come on. Oh, here we go. Broken wristwatch? Really?
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal
That's what
someone
I need to
else's
do.
discovery.
Right there. I need to absorb that bullet and shoot the other one. Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered at almost exactly the same time. Yep.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
No, it's wrong. Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Right, but there weren't. There was just one.
Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Second body discovery announcement. First time it played was when we found each body in the nurse's office in the equipment room. And the second time was when...
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
A body has been discovered! After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
The glasses cloth.
I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
There has to be proof that shows... I missed it. Sorry. Hifumi's glasses. Okay.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Wrong.
No, it's wrong.
You know she's doing all the lying too.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi and the nurse's
Well, no, we
office
got
and
one
the
for Aoi
repository.
earlier as well, but she was just wrong.
His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found them later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can. I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear.
It was absolutely his.
This cloth was used to wipe these glasses clean. The mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right?
I love how Celeste thought she had this iron. So, okay, to be fair, but I thought about this a little bit. And, like, if she had been the ultimate chess master or something like that, like, she'd have thought, like, 62 moves ahead, right? And she's not, though. She's the ultimate gambler, which means she is in the moment, and she's making calculations on the fly, right? And so she's got kind of a well laid out plan. I have to give her that. Like, she is the reason that the plan fell apart, because she tried to oversell it. And I feel like if she had, I don't know, like if she had just nuanced it a little bit, or like set it up so that somebody else would have found out a couple of things, it would have been far easier to dismiss her as a possibility. But yeah, yeah. Honestly, the one that caught me the most off guard was Mondo. I was not expecting that one. Like, I was not expecting him to be the murderer. And I think that's kind of true for any of them that's going to do the murdering. Like, I feel like it's going to adhere a bit to whatever makes them their ultimate.
And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A beautician is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses,
Right.
other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
It must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
If he was just pretending to be dead. What was with all that blood?
He got out of the refrigerator in the nurse's office.
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
Yes. Yep.
He figured if he was like that, he'd go all out. So he just dumped it everywhere.
We're working out the details now, but yeah.
But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. Oh, what an idiot.
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
It'd have to be Hifumi.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have
This
been
soundtrack
Hifumi,
absolutely
who
fucking
just finished
slays.
fashioning
I love
Taka's
it.
body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
Yes.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more
Please
piece
don't.
of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
I got it! You're talking about the note he had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yep. Wrapped around his dick.
His pants.
Okay, well,
Actually, it was stuffed up in the foreskin.
take a look at what the note says.
I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about.
for a little light docking.
Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. My note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
See? Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
Nope.
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
Hifumi's pants.
I got it!
Clearly,
That's
Hifumi's
right,
pants got a note.
Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right?
Yeah.
So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Happy! Just to be
TikTok.
clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right? Oh, yes!
Murders of TikTok.
Every time!
Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary, but still, I can't let her get to me. Broken wristwatch.
Huffy has a note, right? And the person it was intended for must have been Happy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to me?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No, wrong! No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered.
Yep.
We've already proven that using his wristwatch.
And we know that he was punctual.
But there's more. Look where the note says to me. The equipment room, right?
Which is where
Oh, that's
Taka
where we
was
found the
killed.
first body, yeah.
I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that.
No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me.
Yes.
The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
Yes.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what's Hifumi doing with it?
Hiding evidence.
Pants, no less!
Up his
Most
foreskin.
likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
It's gonna be the scrap of paper that was found in Taka's hand.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found.
And of course, we
hidden on
couldn't have done that
Hifumi.
before the trial.
And Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Yes.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In
Yes.
fact, he was behind the whole thing.
Nope.
In fact, he's still alive.
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead.
To quote Dragon Ball Bridge, he's so cool, but he's so dumb. Oh shit.
The second body discovery announcement proved that.
So then, who killed
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository, so he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished.
Yes.
Before we found both bodies in the repository.
Yes. During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Right.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Good God.
Call it a walrus.
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even
Oh
more.
no.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
Oh. He's got an actual legitimate question.
Because, I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right?
Yes, but there's a wet hammer. A moist
So
hammer,
if
if you
Hifumi
will.
was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it.
Or
But would that be seriously risky for him?
even a wet hammer, if you will.
There's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of Earth after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in in there.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either.
A sopping, wet, dripping
File
hammer
makes it
of
clear that
justice.
they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already lying around those other rooms,
Question is, the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
Of course you don't.
Which hammer was
Very
used to
innocent.
attack Celeste?
You come across very innocent
Number
right now.
1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to
Wet
kill
hammer.
someone.
Let me pick the wet hammer, please.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different
They were both killed with the same thing, right?
so then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi. The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we can figure it out. Somehow, I have to find the truth.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carry it?
check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info.
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the...
No, it's wrong.
All right, hold on.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Murdergear.com is in fact a website. It sells really shitty zombie t-shirts, but it is actually a website.
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off.
Yeah, nobody wants Hifumi dripping on their hammer.
I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and
Some as
even
big as
some
your head.
flat, mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the justice hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one
I
who
think we're
betrayed
getting
him.
close to picking somebody.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least, that's what we thought at first, but... Spotless hammer.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the
Right,
murder,
yeah.
only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
It's not impossible,
but that
though.
only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Can we really say there's no chance two people work together on this? No, we can't.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true.
No, it's wrong. Since there were two murders, it's at least possible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
I would like to revise my reasoning for why Hifumi assisted. It just occurred to me that if they are both, if Hifumi murdered Taka, well, that doesn't work out. Like, I think that Hifumi thought that he could just blame Celeste and get away with it. I think that Hifumi murdered Taka. For the longest time, I thought Celeste murdered them both. But I think that Hifumi murdered Taka, and then he was going to pin the blame on Celeste. But Celeste double-crossed him, which was her plan all along. Would you like to postulate a guess? Sure. The other thing that I thought maybe was that somehow they could point fingers at each other and create a situation where we couldn't accurately guess who the true murderer was, and then they just both go free. But I don't know if that's actually a rule. I think Celeste took the laptop and blackmailed Hifumi into killing Cut. So yes, that is definitely a possibility. But we would have found the laptop if that were the case, right?
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
Right, there.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one single set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the
Yep.
very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
The effort made to convince us that 2 murders were at the same time, that was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning. Which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing, although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
Let me pick somebody. Let me pick somebody. Come on.
Numero uno right now.
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end, murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way the case is unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. Yeah, because she did all the talking.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him. That I would go within 10 feet of that shit brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Did you all see that shit? She lost her accent.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the 2 of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the 2 of you were working together.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit.
Yes.
Doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Fuck you.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed
Wow.
individual. If we accept
Fucking
that
balls
Hifumi
on
was
that
one of
guy.
the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
I saw a shadow, someone moving around at the top of the stairs.
We headed to the 2nd floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the 3rd floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into 2 groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Then why don't we split up into 2 groups? I'll lead the hunting party. That seems much more interesting. Very well, then Makoto and Hina, you will come with me to the nurse's office. I will leave the capture of the suspicious individual to Toko, Byakuya, and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. On top of that, that piercing cry of yours is gone. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him,
Wow.
We're on the 3rd floor. Everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it! Everything, the whole thing was one big act!
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah? I was feeling sick, so
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Uh-huh.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
We must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed, so Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the 4 of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being
Oh.
dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Oh, I missed
Yeah,
that
I see what
completely.
you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Byakuya said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. But what is he alluding to? Shit. I don't see what that has to do with anything, so it's gonna be an absorb.
All I said was, they must
must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused.
Yeah.
They'd be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I say.
And that's all it takes to finish it. It's obvious, isn't it, what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Oh, I have to take the so strange and shoot the other one. Okay. That's what I have to do.
Shoot!
I need to think about it one more time. Yep.
All I said was... They must
I'm
really...
pretty sure I can actually speed this up. Let's see. Fast forward argument. There we go.
We'd be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die. And that is all.
And that's all it takes.
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
When she said that, she should only have known about Hifumi's death. With that in mind, what's so strange about what she said is...
All I said was... They must really be enjoying this. Standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like...
No, that's wrong. That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
Very valid.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. And what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away.
No, it's not. It's a picture of Hifumi carrying the costume.
How can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
There is no other explanation.
Other explanations? If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, the only other possibility is...
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm
Oh,
of
she looks pissed!
The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this.
Yep.
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging you away. Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Oh, wow. Celeste thinks she can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible? You notice her mask is slipping more and more as this goes on? Robo Justice caught Yashihiro's message, Robo Justice Blueprints.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious,
Ah, but the suit doesn't
there's
bend.
no way they could stand up straight like that.
So it's...
And the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all.
No way!
Nope. If I remember right, Hina said... She said that she couldn't bend at the waist. Yep.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand...
No, it's wrong. No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that robe justice suit had a certain characteristic.
You totally can't bend at the waist.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I don't know if that was a mistake. I think that was a
I'm not
part
so
of the
sure
plan.
That was a mistake.
There we go. God damn it.
I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Oh, there's that. She is losing it.
They'd specially designed and stuffed Hero into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Don't make me laugh. What do you mean, checkmate?
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Hey, Fumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right, I remember their name. Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
But my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
Oh, he's such a
He
putz.
did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko,
Fuck me.
what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us.
Okay.
How did he refer to each of us?
He said everybody's last names. Because he didn't say it for serious, and he didn't give people nicknames, so that's gotta be it.
I got it! That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Ifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
The name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say?
What?
You think you'd take your false accusation so far? I don't know whether to laugh or spit. Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather. Yasuhiro is a loser's name. Do I look like a loser to you? Do I?
That's why she needs the money.
I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste still won't give up. So then, I have to do something to make her accept it. The handbook will have a real name. That's why they gave us the handbook as an option.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name. Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name.
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to tell you? My name is... Celestia Ludenberg! God damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me...
No!
Got her. This has got to be it. There's nothing
That's
left.
it! The handbook!
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up.
I mean,
Because
we've already proved it at this
Because-
point.
because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning.
All right,
And
it is
shed light on all
it's
your
it's
crimes.
climax time.
And that'll bring everything to an end.
All right, so we've got him talking to her. What do we got for options here? Okay, so we know that Hero walks in at 1 a.m. And we've got a clock at 1 a.m., so that's gonna go there. They knock him out. Why do we have the poster again? Whatever. Okay, so he puts the suit on him. We've got the... So this first one has got to be just the picture of Hifumi. Okay, so then he's looking at his wrist, so it's probably the wristwatch. He gets clubbed in the head. Oh shit, which Justice Hammer did we use? They used 4, right? Justice Hammer 4 for him. It's Justice Hammer 3. Justice Hammer, there it is, 4. Okay. Okay, showed the picture. Yeah, it wasn't. That's why I had to think about it. And he had Justice Hammer 3 used on him. No, it doesn't seem right. Hold on. No, because Justice Hammer 3 would go here. So then that's gotta be Justice Hammer 2. Alright, we're gonna try it.
The killer is you! Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hero. The murderous duo intended to pass Hero off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hero. When they were done with him, They shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker.
Yep.
And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room.
Crack!
And
Do you
that's
imagine
where
getting
Hifumi
murdered with a
killed him,
fucking
making it the
mallet?
scene of the first murder.
Ouch.
The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds. That the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office.
Yep.
This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet
I love
from the
how he's twirling
refrigerator
around like a
and Justice
magical
Hammer
girl.
3
That's beautiful.
and turned the room into a crime scene. He himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found.
Kudos to the artists for this game.
Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains
I
how
feel
each
bad
of
for
the
Taka.
bodies disappeared.
Jesus. He didn't do shit to deserve this.
But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is... Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
Got her.
I lost? I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko
Yes, I do. I
Yasuhiro's.
remember that conversation.
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Okay, Monica. I'm ready to begin.
Wow,
Or,
she's just dropped all
no.
pretense.
I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Man. We lost another 3 students in this case. Jesus. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The blackened this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Ludberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then,
Then did you use, you know? I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice,
Indeed.
I used her. Oh, you called it, Miyachi. Everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean... Is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What? What are you talking about?
just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop as usual. How sad.
In other words,
Then you're the one who stole it?
Indeed.
That's right. And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it had disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. Oh, what are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
are you okay with this?
It was Taka. He stole it.
So then,
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I'd found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I'd shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
Gurn, so it was him. But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
as for me,
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh,
He did?
as for me,
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then it's hard for me to even say. He abused me.
what?
And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime. Absolutely an absolute crime. I mean, I knew he'd gotten a little crazy, but
Say what?
I never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him.
Most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you'll be playing right into his hands.
Actually,
Taka is planning to use her to escape. And he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean... Taka is going to try and kill you.
indeed.
And also he can keep her to himself. That bastard. Bastard, 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 bastard!
Honestly,
Can we now allow him to... Can we allow him... Wait, can we allow him continue with these barbaric wow. Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I? She...
I swear!
I have to save her! Then would you like to join with me? It just so happens I have come up with a plan. I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. Power of love, even a love as twisted as that, could still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have no other question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation? Oh, I have another question for you.
indeed.
Yeah. It was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that, but it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
So why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. Damn! Good lord! Fucking A. Just right out with it. That's it.
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry.
Well,
But when you were explaining our plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you would actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded, he was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course. That wasn't all there was to it. As I explained to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed me. It all seems very straightforward, stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
so in the end,
So you planned to kill him all along? But of course. There'd have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
don't be mean.
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about that.
No. He derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. That's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape.
But
But All along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch!
Obviously, that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little bitch!
I really want that sound clip. Need to try and find that later. I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you want to know why, huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. And what was this dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. A castle? And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers slash bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. This took a turn. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
There is nothing to be done.
unfortunately my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream till the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill for your own friends for it?
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how could you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey,
You just get executed again. Celeste smiled then, and when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her. You all done? Okay then, let's get rolling. The black and disturb the beast and must pay the price.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For her, the ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What?
The locker key. That's where she stashed the laptop.
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again, in another life.
The burning of the Versailles witch. Oh shit. Jesus fucking Christ. Right? It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friend, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Geez, and here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you like. Just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that really just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
How strange.
God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did you get some kind of key type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me? What? Answer me. What did you do to my body? Oh man, oh geez, what do you mean, what did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now? Mastermind did something to Kyoko's body? What does that mean? Okay, things are getting kinda awkward. I think it's time I got out of here.
Well?
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later!
Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey, Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key that Celeste gave you?
So...
Most likely. It's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What? Then that means... Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we better go check. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back and said,
Hey,
I'm going to go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
so...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still a risk of there's still the risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please, let me go. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us. Goodbye. Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya. Then it's up to you now.
Yo.
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? Huh? So So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Yeah.
So then,
We need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. And as the locker swung open, we saw...
You really came.
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe. Thank goodness. I'd never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It's like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time.
So,
Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon, maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a while longer. So now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but... Can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me. What are you trying to do all on your own here at the school?
you.
Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However,
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know? That just makes me even more worried.
what?
Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time. You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that,
Indeed.
it's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too. No. I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. The power of friendship. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then,
That's fine.
fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see, what I heard from Kyoko then was, well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I'd told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I had to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back. She said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet. Could Kyoko really be right about this? It's just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. The secret Kyoko told me about, could it really be hidden here? Oh, I can see the outline. She said it was way in the back of the storage closet, but I mean, seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet, and suddenly, as if I were being yanked in. At the same time as I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. I had fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out, the back wall was like a revolving door and I'd made my way to the other side. Just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the second floor, there's a storage closet. And way in the back of that closet, there's a secret room. So this is the secret room? Well, what's in here? There's a bunch of files and what looks like volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope's Peak Academy Student Registry? It's the only thing here not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand. Before I had a chance to take a look, a slip of paper fell out of the file and I turned my attention to it. What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I could understand if it said, like, I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. This strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? I am Metaluna. That's gonna be our 16th student taking action. A strange sound rang through my head. It felt like I was shaking my brain back and forth. And then, darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. Shit. Ow. Apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull, throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. Let's see if there's... Nope, it's just those two spots. Okay. It's just a normal desk with normal drawers. An empty bookshelf. Huh? Empty? Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? But my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room. Get some rest. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back toward my room. Somehow, I made it back to the first floor of the school. The farther I walked, the more I felt. Things are getting blurry, can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there. And after that... Huh? As if from a vast distance I heard a sound. It was faint but undeniable. That sound. It's coming from the gym? As I desperately hauled my shaky frame toward the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. What's going on? It can't be nothing. Here in the gym? I didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. The sounds coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more. Before me there raged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. No, one side's not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
The deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
She was the spy?
Okay. But you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be Mastermind's spy is... A next generation legend, stand tall, galactic hero. The end. Jesus, we're down to 7 students out of 15. We're under half. We're under half. You know how many chapters? Let's see. Looks like 6 or 7 chapters. So we're about we're at the halfway-ish mark. Leon killed Sayaka. Actually, we are going to take a quick break here. I need to get up and stretch. And so, if you want something to drink, need to use the bathroom, need to walk the dogs, walk the cats, make biscuits, I don't know. Now is the time. And I'll see you in a couple minutes. Alrighty, we are back. Thanks for bearing with me and sticking around. I really appreciate that. Why is my screen? That's really weird. Oh well. I'll figure that out later. So, yeah. Monokuma killed killed Junko. Then Leon got executed. Then Mondo killed Chihiro. And then got executed. Hifumi killed Taka, then Celeste killed Hifumi. Then she got executed. And that brings us up to now. This concludes our Clips episode. The next morning in the dining hall, the day after Celeste's case. So now there's only 5 of us here. Only a third of the number of people we started with.
Indeed.
Loneliness has become commonplace. That's true. Still. What did I see yesterday? I don't understand. Sakura is the mastermind spy? Can that really be true? Makoto, are you okay? No, I'm fine. I can't bring it up in front of the others. If I did that, it would just confuse everyone that much more.
Okay.
Okay, in that case, let's eat till we pass out. Sounds like Thanksgiving.
Huh?
What do you mean in that case? Well, 'cause look how scary everyone it looks. It's gotta be because you're all fighting on empty stomachs, right? If you fill your belly, I'm sure you'll all cheer up, so let's eat.
Okay.
Let's fry up some fish and donuts and eat till we can't stand up.
What?
That's like a deep impact style meteor impact, extinction level event combination of foods.
Huh?
What? These are both breakfast time top sellers. Still, till we can't stand up part is a problem. After we're done, we need to go explore.
I see.
That's right. Since the class trial is over, new areas should have opened up.
It's true.
Plus, we still have alter ego. Did she just say it out? Ooh. We don't have to give in to despair just yet. She's right. We have to plan ahead and think about the future.
You got it.
Yeah, think happy thoughts, not deathy thoughts.
You know?
Like when we're gonna get out of here, right?
You're serious.
When this is all over, I think I want to get reborn for serious. Or I mean, reborn as somewhat serious.
Well,
Hey, are you okay? You sound like someone who's about to die. That sounds like something someone who's about to die would say. I'm totally okay. I'm not gonna die. Why? Because there aren't gonna be any more murders. I am fucking this up hard. Okay. Huh? What makes you so sure?
According to the spirits,
I predicted it last night. Since it revealed itself to me from the ether, there's no doubt about it.
However,
How accurate is your fortune telling anyway?
how about that?
I can usually hit 20 or 30% on a good day. Jesus Christ. That seems really low.
It's not like some occult mystery.
Well, yeah, it's not like ESP or whatever. Of course I'm only gonna get it right sometimes.
The occult is bullcrap.
I told you my fortune telling isn't some occult thing.
so,
Fortune telling isn't occult?
You got it all wrong.
Of course not. Clairvoyance is clairvoyance. Don't put it in the same category as cattle mutilation. What? Cattle what? He's referring to the urban legends where aliens abduct cows and dissect them as part of their research.
Actually,
No, you're calling it an urban legend? As a matter of fact, it's true. As a matter of fact, it's happened to me. It all happened one day when I went to go get a hamburger. It was a place I'd never been before. They claimed their patties were...
around, but I'm dummy thick, and the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards.
Shit. They claimed their patties were 100% all beef. So I got a burger to go and headed home.
But
And before long,
the end is nigh!
the sky was filled with mysterious blinding light.
Some crazy beam came out of nowhere and locked onto my hamburger. And as soon as the beam touched it, the burger started floating in midair. And then, still floating there, the entire burger started coming apart. One part of it just vanished, while the rest fell back into my hand. Do you realize what that means?
You were fucking high?
It means the burger wasn't 100% beef. You must have had some pork or something mixed
Why
in.
does it mean that? Like, Jesus Christ.
Something like 70% pork and 30% beef would be my guess. You can't trick me.
So I stormed back into the burger place and got up in the manager's grill, and they totally admitted it. It wasn't 100% beef. They totally mixed in ground pork with it.
How about that?
Now do you see? That is cattle mutilation. He hurts my head. I kinda got lost halfway through. I can't tell if you're for the occult or against it. You stink of stupidity.
Don't be mean.
I stink of... How dare you? Well, you do stink, though. That's fine. That's fine? Anyway. I hope your prediction turns out to be true. Well, at the very least, I won't murder anyone.
Yeah.
Me either. I mean, I would never.
Of course.
Me either.
Indeed.
Nor I. That goes for me too, of course. I would never kill any of my friends. I feel like those words of encouragement were helping us come together as one. So much sacrifice and hardship, we'd finally become united. But,
Well,
to be honest, I wish Byakuya and Toko were here for this too. But they're so hard to deal with. They only think about themselves. Yeah, we're better off without him, I say. That was enough to prove. We were united for the time being, but within that bond hid weakness and fragility. All-star apologies. Oh, please tell me it's not gonna be the ultimate swimmer this time. I don't... Oh, if she ends up murdering somebody, I'm gonna be upset. We began our search as soon as we'd finished our breakfast in the dining hall. We had to find out what had opened up, what was waiting for us. So it'd probably be a new floor, right? So let's go to the map. So now we have access to the 4th floor of Hope's Peak Academy. Maybe this time we'll find some kind of clue. No, this time I have to find it. Data Lab! Rattle, rattle. No good, the door's locked. I guess I won't be getting in here. According to the nameplate, this is called the data center. What's behind this door is a total mystery. Literally, that was the first thing that I did. So you didn't miss much. Ooh, we got a chemistry lab. Inside the room smells of medicine. The smell of medicine was oppressive. So this is the chem lab. I hope inhaling all this stuff doesn't do permanent damage. It's a remarkably big shelf, and it's stocked with all kinds of medicines.
Right.
Oh, listen, Makoto, listen. Just take a deep breath and calm down and listen to me. Okay, Hina, just chill out. There's all kinds of stuff we didn't have before. Vitamins, minerals, amino acids, creatine.
Okay.
And what? They even have Proteinzyme X. What's that? A high-quality protein drink. It's nothing like the cheap swill in the warehouse. It's connoisseur level. Oh, yeah? It's amazing. It's a gold mine. Ah, my prayers have finally been answered. Time to load up on some more prayers, then. A gold mine, huh? Anything else in here? Alright, that was the chem lab. Those are classrooms, we don't care. Office. This is the office. Of course there's no hint of any teachers that we'd normally be able to rely on. Oh, there's a picture on the floor. This picture... We saw another one of these earlier that had Leon and Chihiro and Mondo all celebrating. Celeste, Hifumi, and Sayaka? Smiling faces of 3 people who are dead now. A classroom without metal plates over the windows. It's exactly the same. Just like the picture I saw before. There's no way this isn't important somehow. They're smiling the way you'd expect any normal teenager to smile. Just a normal group of high schoolers living a normal school life. I can't possibly believe they were able to smile like that in a world of despair like this. So does that mean this picture was taken before they ever came to Hope's Peak? Which would mean everyone in the picture knew each other before they got here. Including Sayaka? No, there's no way. Monokuma did it. It must be fake. You're fake! Monokuma popped up out of nowhere and snatched the picture from my hand. A forgery plot! What are you, a middle schooler? You'd think the moon landing was fake too? Come on! Then you're saying this picture is real?
Hey,
If there were such a thing as the Nobel Truth Prize, I'd take first, second, and fourth place. Actually, that's probably not true. I asked you a question. Is this picture real or is it fake? Oh, Makoto, you're so eager to split things in half, aren't you?
hey,
But it's no use. It's just no use. If you try to split something that can't be split, you'll end up feeling like you're the one being split.
it's
The
true.
picture is real, no more, no less. Without another word, Monokuma disappeared. So the picture is real? It's really real if that's true. If that's the case. I have no fucking clue what that means. There's a flower on the desk. Somehow it makes things that feel that much weirder. Can't interact with that. Okay. Headmaster. Nameplate on the door says Headmaster's Room. The Headmaster's Room? There must be something worthwhile in here. The door's locked. Imagine that. This is the music room. It's hardly even a classroom. It's more like an actual concert hall. Is this a grand piano? It seems really old. I bet it's worth a lot of money. Of course, without someone around who can play it, it's totally useless.
Hey,
You know, you haven't told me what you think yet. What I think?
so...
About the secret room in the boys' bathroom. Ah. Well, I did find the secret room, but as soon as I started looking around, I was attacked.
What?
Attacked? By who? Well, they came from behind and I didn't have any time to react, so I didn't see who it was. When I came to, the mountains of files and documents were all gone. I'm sorry, I know how important those were.
That's fine.
It's okay. I already saw what I needed to in there.
I...
And I half suspected the mastermind might come after you. What?
Because...
When I discovered the room, the mastermind must have seen me on the surveillance camera in the hallway. They must have seen me go into the boys' bathroom and not come out again. Still, I wanted you to go and see it. I wanted to see how the mastermind would react. Essentially, I wanted to find out if the mastermind actually knew about that room.
it would seem...
But to attack you and steal everything in the room, that must mean there was some unknown clue in there that could reveal the mastermind's identity. Then you knew I was going to get attacked?
That doesn't matter.
You can handle that kind of thing though, right? After all, you're a boy. What does she think a boy is? Fine, I understand. And let me ask you something else. Do you know about the note that was left in there? The note that said you must not leave?
Just a second.
We shouldn't talk about that, not here. Kyoko stole a quick glance at the surveillance camera.
So...
I'm looking into it. If I find out anything, I'll let you know.
listen to me.
Is that okay? She made it sound like she was asking, but it was clear I wouldn't have any say in the matter.
So then...
So, now it's your turn. Let's hear your secret. Huh? Do you think I wouldn't notice? You're hiding something.
Am I wrong?
That's... Oh. Yeah.
What?
What's the matter? If you're worried about the camera, why not just write it down? Well...
Hey,
We're friends, so you should be able to trust me. Isn't that what you said before? You're right, there shouldn't be any secrets between friends, but there's nothing worse than expressing doubt to your friend if you don't have any evidence for it. What do you think, chat? Do I tell her or do I not tell her? I mean, we don't really have any evidence. Alright. I haven't found conclusive evidence yet. If I talk about it now, it could just make things that much worse. Friends shouldn't keep... Oh, it's not even gonna let me. Well, then why ask me, game? Sorry, I can't tell you. Not yet.
correct.
So that's your answer.
However...
But do you think that's fair? You were happy to hear what I had to say, but now you're unwilling to share? I'm sorry, I really am.
That's fine. Goodbye.
And with those as her parting words, Kyoko left me standing there alone. I think I made her mad. I've already taken a good look at things around here. There's a lot to think about, but for now I should go back to the dining hall and talk to the others. Okay, we're back at the dining hall. Not long after I got to the dining hall, the others began to trickle in. And then after a few minutes... So is this everyone?
Well then.
Okay, let's discuss what we all discovered. Yeah, good idea.
Yeah,
There was a big shelf at the chem lab on the 4th floor, and it had all kinds of chemicals and stuff.
okay.
And there was an all-star cast of nutrient additives and supplements. You should at least go take a peek. I highly recommend it. I think you and Ogre are probably the only ones interested in stuff like that. Oh, but it's not all good stuff, though. There was medicine and health stuff, but on top of that, there's also a bunch of different poisons. Poison? They were all labeled clearly, though, so it would be hard to grab one by mistake.
It's true.
Still, we better make sure we're careful around there. And we probably shouldn't tell Byakuya or Toko about the poison, right? What do you mean? Well, just in case you know what I'm trying to say. Just in case, yeah, I think you're right.
However,
it's Byakuya. It won't be long before he's discovered it for himself. But to put something as dangerous as poison right out in the open, that's almost the work of a mastermind. I found a couple rooms on the 4th floor, but they were locked. The data center and the headmaster's room. The headmaster's room? It sounds exactly like the kind of place we'd find some clues. If we can somehow unlock the door and get inside... That was the wrong voice, sorry. Who cares about a stupid lock?
How about that?
It should be no problem for the world's strongest missing link to knock down the measly wonder. Oh my god, he's being mean to Sakura. Jesus. What was that? No, please, continue. Did you say I've got the nicest butt on the block? The curviest hips in town? Is that what you said?
What the heck?
Hell no, I didn't. Then what did you say? Because I know you weren't talking about tearing down the door to the headmaster's room. Knocking down your headmaster's door. What kind of war on education are you trying to start here?
Your teacher had
That's
such
my
faith
room,
in
you know. It is now, anyway.
Repay
And you're thinking of busting it down? You seriously don't want to piss me off. Do you have any idea how much bacteria lives on a single bare floor? No, I was just kidding. Please don't get mad. I'm not mad. You're totally mad. The fucking emoticons at the end of this. Oh, shit.
This is kind of...
I was hoping I wouldn't have to add a rule for this, but if you're gonna go around having those thoughts, I have no choice but to add it to the regulations. Seriously?
Too bad.
Breaking down a locked door is prohibited. There! That's a rule now, you jerks. Is he gone? Man, I was scared for my life. I was sure he was gonna kill me, like, for serious.
What?
But if he would go out of his way to make up a rule like that, there's no doubt that something important must be hidden in the headmaster's room. But for now, but now that it's a rule, there's nothing we can do. Metal sheets had been attached to all the windows on the 4th floor. None of them budged an inch.
in other words,
Just like everywhere else. Escape from the 4th floor seems unlikely. That was to be expected, though. Kyoko? She's ignoring me.
So,
Hey, Makoto. Does Kyoko seem upset to you?
That's right.
She is, isn't she? She's totally mad. Yeah, it looks like it.
What's your deal?
I bet it's your fault, isn't it? You must have done something to her. Oh, this is bad. So has everyone said what they need to say? I think so.
You're serious.
But it looks like nobody found any clues at all, let alone a way out of here. I haven't been this depressed since my house burned to the ground. Someone do something to cheer me up. Can I say something?
How about that?
It's because my dad was smoking in bed. That's no... I have something I'd like to report. You guys all remember, right? Remember when I found that picture up on the 3rd floor the other day?
Perhaps.
You mean the one that showed Mondo, Chihiro, and Leon all together?
Huh?
Yeah, I remember. What about it? I found another one. Another picture almost just like that one. Another one? This time, the picture was of Celeste, Hifumi, and Sayaka. Huh? And they were all smiling. And the classroom in the picture didn't have any metal covering on the windows. So the picture of Mondo, Chihiro, and Leon wasn't the only one. Now you found one that had Celeste, Hifumi, and Sakaya? Wait, have I been saying that wrong? No, it is Sayaka, right? I've been saying... They typoed her name. But how can that?
Conspiracy!
Monokuma must have faked it. Welcome, Gaia. And can I just say, you have absolutely missed this guy being the dumbest motherfucker in existence. How you doing tonight? He's more like the ultimate cheese skirt. Yeah, he's pretty awful. Like, but if the picture is real, then everyone who was in it, there'd have to be some kind of hidden connection there, don't you think? Some deeper truth that we just don't understand.
What?
Can't be, it's a fake. Monokuma said it was real. I know he could just write that off as a lie, but...
So then...
Then you trust Monokuma's word over people who have died? Huh?
Because...
That's what you're saying, isn't it? No, that's not it. I'm shocked. You told everyone how we should believe in our friends, but you refused to do the same. That's not... What's going on, Kyoko? Why are you getting so emotional? I don't understand why she's so angry.
Hey, come on.
Come on, guys, stop fighting, or all your good luck is gonna float away. Anyway, Makoto, you're thinking about it too much. There's no way Monokuma didn't fake that picture.
Of course.
He's just trying to confuse us. You shouldn't listen to anything Monokuma has to say. You might be right, but still.
What?
Are you still so conflicted? Looks like you guys have stopped playing nice. Byakuya. You all have the same sunken look on your faces. You were all so ugly before, you shouldn't let them sink any lower. Motherfucker. When I look at you, it makes me think of a frog sinking into a pile of manure.
You know?
Sorry.
Just a second.
Why are you apologizing?
What the heck?
Leave us alone, you're not a part of this.
That's right.
That's true enough. Your problems aren't mine. We are and always will be completely separate. Whatever's causing your faces to turn so ugly has absolutely nothing to do with me. And if I happen to discover a vital clue, it wouldn't concern you in the slightest. Oh yeah. The soundtrack to this game is absolutely phenomenal. It's not as good as Persona 5 soundtrack, but it's definitely really, really good. Huh? Did he finally just say something useful?
Hey,
Byakuya, what have you been up to?
That's fine.
I don't mind telling you. Perhaps forcing your lazy brains to get to work might do you some good.
Such ignorance.
I was in the bath. What else would you like to know? Day's lottery numbers? Was taking a bath? Is he saying he's been talking to Alter Ego? Did you tell him? Did she tell him something?
it would seem...
Maybe we should all go to take a bath. Ah, good idea. A mixed bath?
Okay.
A mixed bath. Alter Ego really did tell him something. I wonder what that could have been. Oh yes, it's naked time. Sorry. Oh no, that's not where I wanted to go. That's the dining hall. Bath. Oh fuck. When I got to the dressing room, Toko was sitting alone on the bench, the laptop in front of her. Toko, did you decide to come here? Come hear what Alter Ego has to say too?
What's your problem?
I already heard it with my master. With master. You have to keep saying it. Anyway, so what are you doing right now? Shut up. Stop bothering me.
How about that?
Get out of the way. We have to talk to Alter Ego.
Well,
No, I made Master promise. A promise? Master told me to wait here, so that's what I'm doing.
huh?
What are you, his dog? If it's what Master wants, I'd do anything he asks. I just love being mistreated. But fine. If you really want me to gone, by all means.
What?
I hate Genocide Jill. I do not like Genocide Jill. I do not like her on a hill. We'd like you to move. Sure thing. Just kneel before me and beg. First a mega masochist, now a super sadist. I have to talk to her. God damn it. Toko, seriously, I'm asking you nicely to let us use the laptop.
What? You SOB!
Didn't you hear what I said? I told you to kneel and beg.
How about that?
Come on, Makoto, give her the old 1-2 combo. 1, drop to your knees. 2, beseech. Why are you acting like you're not part of this? Right? I was as desperate as I felt. Finally, I did kneel down in front of her and I said, "Please, I'm begging you, will you please let us use the laptop?"
I'm on fire!
Such an ultra miraculous feeling of happiness. All my pent-up anger at Master for abusing me is evaporating. So even you realize it's abuse.
Hey,
Hero's fucking awful. That should be enough, right? Hurry up and let us talk to Alter Ego. Okay.
You really came!
Everyone, come closer. I already told Byakuya, but I was finally able to crack open all the files that were on this laptop. Sorry to have kept you all waiting.
correct.
Just what I thought.
I see.
Finally, the time has come. I'm starting to get kind of nervous. I felt the same way. Resting on the keyboard, my hands started to shake.
Just a second.
Move! The single word was like a sharpened blade. Wounded, I moved to let her take over.
So then,
Here we go. Kyoko began typing, the words appearing as fast as I could read them. Can you tell us what you found?
Leave it to me.
Sure, I analyzed the files and extracted all the useful information I could find. And one particularly important fact I discovered was that a certain plan had been put into effect here. To isolate the students of Hope's Peak Academy and create a communal life for them. That was the stated goal of the plan, but it was meant to be more than just a normal school life. The students were intended to live out the rest of their lives here.
I see.
It's exactly the situation we'd found ourselves in. It's quite unthinkable, isn't it? And what's more, the one who came up with the plan was none other than the administrator of Hope's Peak themselves.
Huh?
What? Wait, hold on. Then the reason we're imprisoned here, it wasn't the work of some psycho freak or criminal organization or whatever?
No way!
It was the school itself? That doesn't make any sense. Why would they do that?
just a second.
I don't think Alter Ego is finished. Perhaps we should hear the rest.
That's right.
It seems the reason they devised the plan was because of what happened 1 year ago. This is how they describe that event. They say it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Huh?
What does that mean?
What?
Yeah, what kind of name is that for something?
You see,
Otherwise known as the tragedy. It was apparently some sort of devastating occurrence. Because of the tragedy,
well,
everybody failed the finals. Yep, that's it. Hope's Peak Academy was forced to discontinue its role as a school and close down.
I see.
Things are finally starting to make sense. What this means is 1 year ago, this tragedy took place. And whatever it was, it forced Hope's Peak to shut down. From there, they decided to use the school as a kind of staging ground.
That's right.
They planned to sequester the students here, where they would live out the rest of their lives.
So,
But why would Hope's Peak administrators want to shut everyone in like that?
Hey,
And what could this tragic event have possibly been? In a flash, Kyoko had typed their questions into the computer, and the answer we got was... Sorry, I don't know. If that information was ever on this computer, it's gone now. I'm totally useless, I'm sorry. And that's all she said.
What?
Then is this really the end? We get halfway through the answer, and that's it?
Indeed.
It appears so. Disappointing. Oh, wait. There's one other thing I forgot to mention. I think it might be important. I believe it has to do with the mastermind. The mastermind? The mastermind. Kyoko's fingers moved even faster than they had so far. Did you figure out the mastermind's identity?
sorry.
No, that I still don't know, but I did find a clue, I think. The one leading Hope's Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was Hope's Peak's headmaster. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. Excuse me. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. Seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now. Headmaster is here in this school?
Okay.
Then that's gotta be the mastermind. I mean, Monokuma's been calling himself the headmaster, right?
perhaps.
Which makes the real headmaster that much more suspicious.
We're serious.
So if we break down the door to his room, we're dead, right? So what are we supposed to do? I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
No matter the cost.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on?
I
can't explain why. I just know that I have to find him. She has to? Kyoko, what's going on with you? When she heard about the headmaster, her reaction was almost violent.
So then,
We should see if Alter Ego has any more information. Tappa 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 tappa. Tappa 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 tappa. Did you learn anything else? Sorry, that's everything I found. All the information on this laptop seems to be pretty old, so that's all I can do from here. I'm really sorry. Then it really is all over.
hey,
Wait, Alter Ego seems to have more to say. Well, kind of a different topic, but I was wondering about something. I haven't seen Celeste, Hifumi, or Taka since yesterday. A heavy silence fell across the room. The only sound was the flat, precise clicking of keys as Kyoko typed. They're all dead. What? I see. Certainly I knew that was a possibility, but
okay then.
it really happened.
Sorry.
There's no point in me getting depressed over things I can't do anything about.
anyway,
Well then, I guess that's it. That's it, a simple phrase that held so much meaning. She began typing again. You've done your job. Thank you.
I see.
I'm done? I guess I am, huh?
Okay then.
Then maybe I'll take a little rest. I'm kinda tired. Goodbye, everyone. See you later. Beep boop beep. And then she uploaded to the Talos principal. And with that, the laptop entered sleep mode.
I see.
So Alter Ego did everything she could.
indeed.
We won't have to talk to her all that much anymore.
But
But I feel kind of sorry for her.
But
You feel sorry, but she's just a computer program, right? I know, but she did everything she could for us, you know? Yeah, it did. But that's what a computer program is designed to do. You don't tell a computer good job every time you shut it down, do you? Well, no. But when we talked to Alter Ego, I guess I just didn't see it that... Excuse me. I know what you mean, I feel the same way.
hey,
Hey, come on, it's just a program. You can tell the difference between a program and a friend, right? Do you know what the difference between us and the... What's the difference between us and that program, really? Huh? I started to think about how you would differentiate a person and an AI. Alter ego isn't human. I know that. It's just a program running on a computer. At the same time, I couldn't help but think of her as our friend.
That's right.
Yeah, she's no different from us. She's still our friend. I think maybe I understand where you're coming from. And there's no problem calling her a friend. After all, the more friends, the merrier, right?
How about that?
Check this out. Friendship has no survival value. Instead, it gives value to survival. So anyway. So anyway, like that. It's a totally smart and cool thing that I quoted from I don't remember where.
Hey,
Anyway, there's nothing more about alter ego alter ego can do to help us. As such, her role in this is over. Am I wrong about that? No, but... And frankly, I question the ease with which you decide who is and isn't your friend. God, she is really pissed. You really mean that?
Wait.
The story's gotten off track. We should go over what Alter Ego said one more time. Do we have to? Please, can we skip the recap episode? Yeah, good idea. What was Hope's Peak staff thinking? Why are they making us kill each other? Alter Ego said that what happened 1 year ago is what started everything.
Well,
Yeah, she said it was the biggest, most awful, most hopeless event in human history, right? Must have been a huge incident, whatever it was. But did something like that really happen a year ago? I don't remember anything that you could describe that way. What about you guys? I don't really watch the news, so...
I'm sorry.
Nothing comes to mind.
anyway,
That event led to the closing of Hope's
at the
Peak.
very least,
If nothing else, it must have had some kind of connection to this school. Maybe all the students here were killed or something.
However,
That kind of catastrophe would have been all over the news. At least one of us would remember that.
could it be...
And maybe they covered it up. That explained why none of us knew that the school had been shut down.
I see.
Totally covering up something like that, I suppose it's not totally impossible.
What the heck?
What's wrong with our government? Our taxes pay their salaries. They should be handling stuff like that.
anyway,
Maybe, but right now there's only one path open to us.
so...
We have to find the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy.
Correct.
We have to find him and make him tell us everything.
No matter what?
As long as we can get our hands on him, I think... Yoko. When she said headmaster, I got that feeling again.
Well,
But even that is a problem not so easily solved. Yeah, you're right.
So then,
Well, our business here is done here. So for now, we should get out of here. Oh yeah, good idea.
Yep.
Then I... Is it really that dusty? Wait, I mean... Yeah, I'm getting that vibe too, Gaia. Oh no, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm not guarding it. Bianchi is gonna be so mad at me. Let's avoid getting involved any further. Good call. Man, like, dating her has got to be the worst. Toko, I mean. Like, anytime she sneezes or sees blood, she switches personalities, and it's just like, Jesus, like, is she gonna murder you in your sleep today, or is she gonna be, like, weird? Because I guess both qualify as weird. But you know what I mean, right? Is she just gonna be timid, weird girl, or is she gonna be psychopath, weird girl? Like, either way, not interested. But as we left the dressing room, someone was there waiting for us. My heart is pounding away. It's pounding with anger! You're not still mad about that whole breaking into the headmaster's room thing, are you? What if she's got that weird condition where she sneezes when she orgasms? Man, that would just be fucking awful. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that little matter doesn't matter even a little. And I'm a little jealous of you guys enjoying an indecent mixed bath, but that doesn't matter either. It's building. I feel it building. My head's about to boil over with rage.
Please!
Don't get so angry. Here, let me help center your chakra. Etch this on the walls of your brain, okay? When you do do something to me, I do it right back. An eye for an eye, a fang for a fang. Fang for a fang? Be careful, he just chanted the incantation of devastation. No, it's just a saying. Oh, I see. But what's he talking about? Hey, you little shits! Get your asses to bed!
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Correct.
So it's nighttime.
Hey,
What does everyone want to do? Celeste was the only one who suggested our nighttime rule, but she's gone now. I think we should still avoid being out at nighttime. I know it'll make me feel better that way. Games 2 and 3, are they generally considered to be as good or better? It's my understanding that they are at least as good. So the curfew was established by the students themselves. Like, the idea was that they would feel safer if people weren't out running around at night. And then it was the person who made that recommendation that used that to her advantage because she went out and started murdering people. Celeste was the criminal from the last in the last chapter. By the way, Gaia, so Chihiro was trans. I don't know if you knew this. And the game continues to misgender her, and it's really infuriating. It's really funny because I originally took the misgendering as, like, it's a game from 2010. They clearly don't know better. Except for the fact that there was one character that properly gendered her. Which means that, no, all the other characters are misgendering her, and the devs were smart enough to understand that language. So, it's like, oh, well, I can't blame the times and ignorance then. You guys are just dicks. So I have been actually verbally correcting the gender every time I read it. I agree.
it's true.
Very well then. In that case, time for bed. So everyone headed back to their rooms. Monokuma's parting words left me feeling anxious the rest of the night. I really just hope we just get to the fucking murder already. Like, I just want this, like, get rid of this preamble shit and get us to the fucking murder already. Like, let's go. Let's fucking investigate this shit. Oh, sorry. Once I was back in my room, I got lost in thought. What we'd learned from Alter Ego kept on spinning around in my head. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a data center. The administrators of Hope's Peak had planned all of it. They did it because of the tragedy which had happened a year before. And apparently the headmaster is the one behind it all. The mastermind. All these mysteries make me worried, but I still have to try and unravel them bit by bit. I'm sure the road will be long and tough, but I don't have any other choice. And now we have another Monokuma dream. Let's talk a bit about where I was at before I became a bear. Well, I mean, before I became a bear, no. At first, I was at a total loss. I just had no idea what I should become. It was either going to be a twink or an otter, I don't know. A lady in our tech support department suggested I try being a shrimp. She was like, oh, the company's been trying to push for this forever. It's a really incredible offer. But as she laid out all the details, it turned out It wasn't a tiger prawn like I'd hoped, but a little popcorn shrimp. That's totally tiny. I would have been the world's smallest mascot. I like eating shrimp. I don't want to be one myself. So someone might come along and step on me. So then the lady totally started laughing at me. She was like, "You think we can do a tiger prawn on our budget?" So ultimately, I decided to become a bear instead.
And that's the secret origin story of Monokuma.
Now I want like leather daddy Monokuma. Now I do know that they Monokuma is in the second game. I know for a fact, and I know that they add a second bear in the second game, and in the third game, I believe Monokuma is in there, but they add 5 bears to that one. They're like they do like a Sentai joke, and it's like they've got these five bears that show up. Anyway.
Good morning, everyone. It's now 7 a.m. and nighttime is officially over.
In a momento.
Time to rise and shine. Get ready to greet another beautiful day.
So I have not played the second and third games. I have played through this one once, and as I've said, I remember the big plot twist near the end, but I don't remember the smaller story beats. Like I've kind of flushed them out of my memory. I may have been inebriated while I was playing it. Anyway, that said, it is my understanding that yes, the stories are linked, but I don't think the characters carry over from story from. I think that maybe Toko is in another one of the games. But I don't know that that's the case. I know that the characters look. I remember the characters. I watched Elegy's playthrough of this of the first 2. I have not seen anything about the third one except for the little snippet with the 5 bears. And it's my understanding that the characters in 2 look very similar to the characters in 1. So, but I don't know what the connection is. They like. Basically, the main character, Makoto Naegi, is in the third. There's a character that looks like him in the second one, but it's like got like a robot face or something, and I don't know what the deal is. So it's my belief that the games are linked, but I don't know how. They definitely make a trilogy because the titles of them like. I guess not. I thought maybe the titles were linked. But the first one is Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Second one is Goodbye Despair, and the third one is Killing Harmony. So I don't know. I do not know. First things first, I need to head to the dining hall. So I'm going to ask you guys something. I'm up in the air about whether or not to stream on Thanksgiving night. Because I don't know. My gut instinct is just to kick back and relax and not stream Thursday night this week. And then I would stream tomorrow night. I would take a break Thursday, and then I'd be back on Friday with fights. Which, by the way, we have a new character coming Friday. Can I set that up? I'm gonna link the trailer for the new character. Guilty Gear will have a new character as of tomorrow. Alright, I will stretch. But here, while I'm stretching, you all can check this out. My lower back is so sore, and it's not like I did anything to it. It's just weird. I was lucky today, so we do grocery delivery, right? And we managed to get all the groceries we ordered. I was shocked. All right. Thank you. And I'm gonna hydrate. As I entered the dining hall, the first thing I saw was her. What are you staring at? Oh, Toko?
What's your problem?
What? You think your eyes will just rot by looking at me? Fine, then don't look at me. I think he's just surprised to see you at the breakfast meeting is all. Indeed, it's been quite a while since you joined us. Yeah, what made you change your mind? Byakuya said he likes a girl to have some meat on her bones. I'm gonna start eating. I'm gonna force it down into my stomach. I'm gonna eat till I drop. I refuse to lose. It's not a contest.
Hina.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. Well, other than that, it looks like Kyoko isn't here.
You know?
Oh, she said she'd come by later. Later?
You know?
Yeah, after you leave. Oh, fuck me. Really? Now she's just being petty. She's not even trying to hide it anymore. Yeah, so he is the son of Kai Kisuke. And shit, who's Kai Kisuke's partner? Is her name Dizzy? Okay. Yeah, it's Kai and Dizzy. Dizzy is Soul Bad Guy's daughter or something? Child. Soul Bad Guy's child. And so Kai and Dizzy produce Sin. And so Sin is, I'll be real honest, Sin is a cool character and he's got cool moves and people love him. But he is so fucking dumb. Oh my god. I know I said she wanted you to show some backbone, but you didn't need to show her that much.
Just a second.
You're dirty, Makoto. Dirty. President Dirty of Dirtlandia. You don't understand.
Just the worst.
You're the type who takes the stairs of love 3 steps at a time, aren't you? She's making some serious fucking accusations here. Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, it's not like that. Just shut up already, Hina. You've been running your filthy mouth like that all morning. Filthy? Me? Don't make me repeat myself. I'm not filthy. It's no use denying it. We can all see how disgusting you are. Shut up. You and that lusty body of yours. Night after night, you go out for your illicit club meetings. Hey, knock it off. I can't deal with dirty stuff like that. Your midnight extracurricular activities only put us in even more danger.
Please.
Stop it. You'd like me to stop, wouldn't you? Your sweaty hands gripping the big fat chalk. What the fuck? Going for all that extra credit. Your screams are like the screech of a violated blackboard. And it's amazing, and decent ideas are coming to me one after another. So, would you rather have your black eye in the left or right? Hey, I'm sorry.
Hey, come on.
Let's leave Toko alone. It's got a little funny from all our pent-up frustration.
You know?
Anyway, you and Kyoko need to make up already, you know? Yeah, I know. I mean, of course I want things to get better as soon as possible, but with everything that's been going on, I haven't had a chance to talk to her about what I saw. Before anything, I need to talk to Sakura about it. Sakura? What is it? Can you make some time later? I was hoping I could talk to you. Now that Kyoko's dumped him, Makoto's trying to win Sakura's heart. Are you in heat, Makoto? Don't care who they are as long as they've got the right equipment. Watch out, Sakura. Makoto's transformed into a wild beast. Prime Minister Wild Beast of Beastopia. Why is this happening to me? Can our talk wait until tomorrow? I'd like to get some rest today. For some reason, I've been feeling worn down these last few days. Huh? Are you sick? Did you get hurt? No, nothing serious. I've just had some minor aches and pains. Huh, is that... Must be because of that battle. But it must be pretty bad if you have to go rest. Are you sure you're okay? I'm sure a protein shake and some sleep will get me back on my feet.
You got it!
That's true. Protein is good for all kinds of stuff.
Hey.
You guys like worship protein. It's like your god or something.
Okay.
I know a few gay men that are like that. Alright, Miyachi. We're gonna go for about another 23 minutes and then we're gonna wrap up as well. So I hope you have a good night. And if I don't see you tomorrow, I hope you have an excellent Thanksgiving. Koto, I didn't know what it is you want to talk to Sakura about, but save it till tomorrow. She's in pain. Yeah, I got it.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
You know?
Well, for now, let's eat. Eat? I'm kind of nervous.
Huh?
Huh? How come?
What's your problem?
Because I don't usually eat in front of other people. Ever since I was a kid, I eat by myself.
What the heck?
What about your family? Oh, well, yeah, I used to live with my dad, my mom, and my mom. Huh? You had two moms? What? That's just how the things were. That's like a serious issue. Just let it go. You're asking for more trouble getting involved with her more than you have to. How dare you speak to me with that disgusting mouth of yours? Stop saying stuff like that. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and eat. If I don't, Kyoko will never show up. You're a miserable situation, man. I scarfed down breakfast as fast as I could. Excuse me. Scarfed down breakfast as fast as I could and immediately headed back to my room. I'll have to wait till tomorrow to confront Sakura about what I saw. But in a way, I'm kind of relieved. It takes a lot of courage to stand face to face with Sakura and accuse her of something. I am gonna skip the shit out of this free time. I have plenty of time. I don't feel like just sitting here. I should go somewhere.
Attention! Please gather in the gym as soon as you possibly can.
Oh, here we go. We're gonna find the new motivation.
Quickly!
What's he gonna do this time? Made a special announcement to ask us to come to the gym? He sounded pretty serious about it, too. Everyone must have heard the announcement, and once we were all gathered at the gym, it began.
Well,
Okay, let's get this show on the road! You're about to give us your next motive presentation, aren't you?
That's right.
You got us all together to present another motive, right? Is he right?
Huh?
We have to go through this again? Oh no, not again. I can't take it anymore.
I see.
I'm impressed by your level of dismay. You finally see just how low on the totem pole of life you really are. No, no, no. No, 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 no! That's not it at all. We're not here to talk about motive.
today,
The reason I
I'm
gathered you all
feeling
here
black.
is so that I could get rid of my grudge. Your grudge?
Why?
We have a grudge against you, of course, but I don't recall you ever having a grudge against us. I told you yesterday, didn't I? An eye for an eye, a fang for a fang. Stop beating around the bush. Just tell us what you're talking about. Well, Byakuya, you've already told everyone how one of you might be working as a spy for me, right?
Come on.
Yeah, so what about it?
In other words,
Well, today I'd like to tell you about that spy. What?
hey,
So guess what? The spy is actually Sakura Ogami. Oh, fuck. That's gonna blow trust in her completely out of the water. He said it so openly it made it sound like it wasn't that big of a deal, even though he just revealed a huge secret. What? What did you just say? He said the spy is Sakura.
What is this?
What are you talking about?
You're a liar!
There's no way Sakura's a spy. Right, Sakura?
Huh?
Sakura? And might I just make Sakura fulfill... And I might just make Sakura fulfill the promise she made sometime soon. And if she doesn't, I can't be responsible for what might happen to that hostage of mine. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. What you guys choose to do with that information is up to you.
Grills, chills, kills!
Roaster, boiler, killer, don't kill her, whatever.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
Either way, I can't wait. And just like that, he was gone. Finally, I understood what he had been talking about. An eye for an eye, a fang for a fang. In other words, betrayal would be met with betrayal.
Huh? What the heck?
So what does this mean?
What?
Is it true? Has Ogre really been spying on us for the mastermind?
What are you saying?
What are you saying? There's no way. But that is what Stuffed Animal said, right?
Wrong! You're wrong!
Well, he's wrong. There's just no way.
Hey,
Well, Sakura, if he's wrong, all you have to do is tell us.
I'm sorry.
I didn't tell you earlier. What?
Oh
So he was being serious for serious? Ogre's been working for the mastermind?
I'm sorry.
So you've been lying to us all this time.
Huh?
It's not true. Sakura was probably being controlled. There's gotta be some reason. She didn't have a choice. She was just forced to do it. Yeah, I'm sure Hina's right. The mastermind probably threatened her somehow, and Sakura had no choice but to do what she was told. What? You're talking like you know that for a fact. Because I do know it for a fact. Because I saw it. I saw Sakura and Monokuma fighting. And that's where I heard it. Monokuma mentioned a hostage a second ago, right? And during their fight, I heard Sakura say she decided to fight against the mastermind.
I see.
You saw all that? The mastermind took a hostage, so you were forced to swear loyalty to them, right? But in the end, you made up your mind to betray the mastermind.
What?
Which to me means Sakura isn't our enemy. She's a friend who we can trust without question, is that it? Ridiculous. You live in some sort of alternate reality fairy tale.
Not possible.
She was the mastermind's tool. You absolutely cannot trust someone like that.
Impossible.
He's right. We can't just believe whatever she says now. How could we even be sure she really did betray the mastermind? Maybe this is a double bluff, and she's still doing exactly what the mastermind wants.
What are you saying?
Sakura would never do that. Okay then, Sakura. If you really have cut ties with the mastermind, tell us who they really are. Well,
I'm sorry.
sorry, I can't. Even I don't know that.
What?
You don't know? That just makes you all the more suspicious.
Please!
She's telling the truth. You have to believe her.
Don't make me repeat myself.
Shut up. I'm not finished questioning her.
Come on.
Next question. What's this about a promise? What did the mastermind order you to do? I was told to kill one of my friends. It suddenly felt like the temperature in the room had dropped 20 degrees. The weight of those words.
I see.
I see. So even now, you've taken aim on our lives.
Wrong!
You're wrong. I'm telling you, Sakura would never do that. You don't have to yell. We can hear you just fine. Don't you have an inside voice?
That's terrible!
It's because you're not listening to me.
Wait.
Please stop. You don't need to defend me anymore. I have to take full responsibility for this.
However,
How do you intend to do that? By destroying the mastermind. What? I'm going to challenge them. Even if it means we both go down, I will defeat them.
I'm sorry.
That is how I intend to take responsibility.
Huh?
Hold on. What do you mean if you both go down?
Hina.
Hina, I'm sorry I didn't tell you about this. What?
I'm sorry.
I didn't know what to do. I went back and forth about confiding in you again and again.
Well,
But I was scared. I thought if I told you, you might think less of me.
But...
Sakura!
I'm sorry.
Sakura turned away from us and left the gym. And then... Get the fuck to bed, you little shits!
This is a school announcement. As such, it is officially night time. So the door to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Well, it's nighttime. We should all go to bed.
No way!
Hold on, this whole thing with Sakura
Don't
is...
make me repeat myself.
over. She's our enemy. There's nothing more to discuss.
That's terrible!
No, Sakura is not our enemy.
Why?
Why doesn't anyone understand her?
What?
What is it you think you understand? You didn't even know who she really was.
What is this?
calm down.
Let it go for now, Hina. Talking about it isn't going to help anything.
Why?
Anyway,
Go to your room, cool down, and we can continue this discussion tomorrow. It was the worst. The mood at the end of the night was just the worst. Being in such an awful mood, we're honestly glad the day was over. Sakura is the spy. He's the traitor. Byakuya said Sakura is the enemy. He's wrong. She's not my enemy, she's my friend without a doubt. What can I do? What can I do to make everyone believe in Sakura? How? As long as you're human, there will always come a point where you wish you could do things differently. Even a baseball player in the major leagues. Even a soccer player touring Europe. Even a famous singer who started her career as a backup dancer on a sketch comedy show. She makes a brilliant debut, but instead of going for more, she marries some third-rate actor and retires. Every human has regrets, has things they'd like to go back and change.
But I don't, because I'm a bear. Good morning, everyone. It is now 7 a.m. and nighttime is officially over. Get ready to greet another beautiful day.
I'm worried about Sakura. I need to hurry up and get to the dining hall. We are actually gonna call it there, I think, for the night. I am dead tired right now. And so we will resume tomorrow with more Danganronpa. And I hope to see you there. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I hope you all have a good night. We're gonna raid Ice Blue, so sit tight. They're doing speed runs. He's doing speed runs. Classic Zelda. There we go. All right, so